you're going to direct
Hello,
questions.
everybody. So we're actually now live for the REITE News, and welcome. So today I'm accompanied by Laurel Simmons, co-founder of the REITE Club, and Brian. So Brian is our guest today. We're really excited to have you on to talk about an exciting project. Brian, could you give us a quick overview of what project you'll be promoting tomorrow?
Yeah, thank you for inviting me here this afternoon. I'm happy to be here and certainly share with everybody exactly what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Why don't I do this? We've been really inundated with REITE Club members over the past week and a half since the last call, and our development is amazing. It's one of 5 in Costa Rica. That is the way it is. It's beachfront. It's titled. It's very well established. So why don't I just talk about for 30 seconds about the top questions that come in from REITE Club members.
That sounds great.
Is that okay? Because one of the questions that comes in, I'm going to cover a lot more tomorrow. But are the units rentable, and what kind of rentability do the units have? If I buy a unit and I want to use it as an investment product, very rentable. We have actually people in place that handle that for you, actually in Costa Rica. Plus, we have a lot of people that inquire about rentals here. The development itself is basically 1997, and the golf course has been in for 10 years. There's 350 residences there, and there's a lot of information and a lot of people that rent. It's a very, very good rentable product. The other thing is it a full community? That's one of the questions that comes up. People were actually surprised to hear that it's established. They thought it was a brand new development. No, it is not. It's very well established. All the roads are interlocked. We have underground services like no telephone poles and things like that. Everything's underground. Yeah, there's no septic systems. It's all treatment. And, it's full security. We're on the beach, and it's amazing. And when people come down and they want to investigate and look at it, there's lots of people to talk to, including our administrative staff that can talk to you about the area. So it's not a brand new idea or a concept, at least not now. The last one is the ownership. Can I own it in a Canadian corporation? Can I own it through like a joint venture? In other words, can I have 8 people own this? So the answer to that is absolutely. You can own it under your personal name. You can own it under a corporation, whatever is your best tax flavor. We can work with you on that. If you're having multiple owners, say 4 owners or 10 owners, we just issue shares in that corporation. For example, 10 shares, every person that's invested, if there's 10 owners, they each have a share. If there are, you can't have decimal point shares. So if somebody wants 4 owners, they need 12 shares issued. Normally each corporation comes with 10 for us, but basically they're rentable. It's an established community, and you can own it on your personal name, together or in a corporation.
So, I mean, Danielle and I have bought one, and we can't wait. I mean, I know it's not going to happen next week, but within a couple of years, we'll have a place, and we can rent it out. We can go down there. Some people know that Danielle and I love to go down to South America, so it's going to be like, whoa, okay, that could be a stopping place. We could work that into our schedule, right? Hop down to Costa Rica for a couple of weeks and then continue on down to Chile and Argentina. So anyway, there's lots of things to do, and I'm really excited about this. And this is such a great opportunity for people, for members of the REITE Club to take advantage of this. Like this is kind of a one-off deal. You really don't want to miss it.
And how do you become a member, Laurel, of the REITE Club? That's a question that comes up a lot.
Well, that's pretty easy. You just go to www.thereiteclub.com and just sign up. It's pretty easy. Sign up, get your password in, get your profile set up, and then there's forums and all kinds of things, marketplace, and just go and join up. And then we know that you're a member.
That's it. And what's the cost? Like is it an arm and a leg or?
Yeah. It's not even my little finger here. It's like free.
It's free. That's crazy. What's free in life today? Like not much. Maybe the air we breathe, and even that.
Yeah, that's right. So. Yep.
So since this is the REITE News, Laurel and I thought, Brian, we would let you know, and I'm sure you're aware of it, that the Canadian dollar has been trending up because buying in Costa Rica requires US dollars, and right now is an awesome time. We're really going up in value. Our dollar So for some things, I'm sure it's not great, but for this deal, it's awesome. Can you talk to us maybe about what you're seeing, like some exchange rates or?
That's the real benefit of international real estate. One of the questions that does come up all the time, and this is over the last 2 decades, is why buy internationally? And one of the top reasons, other than cost of living, weather, and health, and that is currency diversification. I remember talking with my bank manager, and he was saying that if you have all your money in one country, all in one bank, all in those banks' mutual funds, they call it diversification, not diversification. And people are buying internationally, and not just in Costa Rica, but internationally, to diversify into these currencies. So not only, and when you buy REITE, you get lift on your investment, but not only do you get lift on your real estate investment, but you get lift on the currency when it bounces back. And if that wasn't a reason enough, your rental income is US as well. So your rental income comes in US dollars, it can stay in US accounts, and now you can start traveling and going internationally and using your US bank accounts in Costa Rica to fund your travel habit and to expand your portfolio.
That sounds amazing. I read something else, Laurel, and Brian, that Canada is running out of land. So why not buy elsewhere?
Yeah, well, we're not running out of land.
No.
Well, I can tell you this, and this is personal experience, corporate experience as well, that in the last really 6 years, about 90% of our clientele are Canadians. And they're from Ontario, they're from Alberta. We have clients right over the coast, BC. And we always ask them, what are the reasons that you're buying internationally, or why are you buying in Costa Rica? So I have a list here of the top reasons that they've given me. And it's funny, the last thing is investment. I mean, investment's so important for us, but it's not necessarily the money. The money's good and money's welcome. And honestly, these units are priced the same as an exotic car. I mean, they're not, it's a price of a car, and you can own a condo in Costa Rica. It's not ridiculous pricing. But these are the reasons that our Canadian owners have said they're planning for the future. So, that's the future. We're in a pandemic. Hopefully we have a brighter future in front of us than what we've seen last 18 months. Weather, ocean, and mountains. Costa Rica is opposite to Canada. So when the snow starts to come here, that's when spring starts in Costa Rica. And when the summer starts to come to an end in Costa Rica, that's when spring starts to start in Canada. So it's opposite, which is great. Healthy living, rather than all the fast food and fast lives and drive-through lives that we lead. Down there, you slow it down, you get back into the reality of it. That's an investment in your health. Living expenses are far less. If you were to close your house down here and then move to Costa Rica for 6 months, your living expenses would drop dramatically just in that move. That's just in cost. Obviously, you can't get away from your mortgage payments. You can't get away from the cost of utilities, but certainly you can eliminate food costs, you can eliminate all different fuel for cars, that kind of thing. It's also a relaxed living environment. So if you're working abroad, it's a lot better, should I say, for my personal self anyway, to be working under a palm tree than it is to, say, be working in the snow or having the snow outside. So as a higher quality of life. Costa Rica has a very high standard of living with a low cost of living. Then the best investment is family enjoyment. I mean, once you have a place in Costa Rica, you can't imagine how many people want to come down and show up. So you have a very, very strong family draw to that, even more so than if you owned a cottage. Currency diversification is almost at the bottom of the list. But here's one that's come up, that's moving up a little bit. It's get the kids off their cell phones. See, here everybody's glued to the phone and an iPad. But down there, your teenagers are finding it a lot more interesting to see what's in the trees than what's on their phones. They can still communicate. We have high-speed internet, and it's wonderful down there. But fishing, a tackle box versus an Xbox, for example, and getting them back into nature, getting their hands dirty, the way a lot of us really grew up. It's magical. So one of the top 10 reasons people are buying in foreign countries is to get their kids off their cell phones.
Oh, that's pretty cool. And I think it's all about the dream of living in a place where it's not so stressed and pressured and harried and hurried and all the rest of it. It's just calming down and taking the time to breathe. You can still go down there and do some work on your laptop, but you're right. I'd rather do that sitting outside and looking at a palm tree than sitting outside, or not in the winter. I don't sit outside, but looking through the window at snowdrifts or whatever it is, or God forbid, freezing rain, right?
Yes, exactly. So tomorrow at lunch, so noon Eastern time, it's the last chance to join us to participate in this amazing project. There may be future releases, but this phase, that's it. So you have to hop on.
Don't miss out.
Yeah, don't miss out. I mean, there's special pricing for REITE Club members. There's special perks, and you get like VIP treatment from Brian and the team at Los Delfines, the Azul del Mar, project. So make sure to sign up at thereiteclub.com to save your spot. Lunch and learn. Bring your lunch, bring your daiquiri, and pretend you're almost in Costa Rica. And that's it. Tune in, and can't wait to hear more about this exciting project. Thank you very much. And yeah, this was the REITE.
We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Cheers. Bye.
Thank you.